By the time he was my age, Jesus made a new religion. By the time he was my age, Bob Geldof saved Africa. Guerrilla principle started World War I. That dude didn't hang around. He started wars for fun. If I'm gonna leave a mark on the world, if I'm gonna leave a mark on the world, if I'm gonna leave a mark on the world, gotta do it now.
So we are part of a production called Events, written by David Gregg and commissioned by ATC Theatre. And we use a different community choir every night in our production. It is a play about testing the limits of empathy that centres on a female priest called Claire that is put through a very sort of colossal emotional ordeal through the event that she is. I don't know how much I can give away because I don't want to make it too spoon-feedy and obvious, but she is involved in a shooting event, and as a result of that then goes through the play trying to understand why it happened, trying to understand the perpetrator of the event, and trying to cope with it and learn how to live with the aftermath. And the choir comes in a really sort of interesting, partially Greek choral sort of way, but also a more realistic way because she runs a choir in the play. So it's a dual role of the choir. And we have a different community choir on stage from wherever we go.
We send the music out to each choir in advance, so they get to rehearse it with in their own choir rehearsals. And then we do a big mass choir rehearsal on the Monday, as you've seen. Where we just tweak it musically, make sure everything is in the right place, and then they're on their own. Absolutely, yeah. The choirs have quite varying standard, and from various walks of life and various communities, and they all come in with a different sort of attitude towards the music and their performance.
And towards each other as well. It sort of depends on what the choir is like. Although they're a selection of individuals, each choir has their own identity, which is why they get to sing the very first song. They introduce the piece with a song that's not written by a composer, it's their own song, and that's their way of saying, this is what we are, this is what we stand for. So they can be singing some choral chamber pieces, they can be singing a soul song, they can be singing some folky motif, or, you know, or I Will Survive. So whatever sort of turns them on as a choir, and they start the evening off with that. So the evening always starts on a completely different note.
By the time he was my age, Jesus made a new religion. By the time he was my age, Bob Geldof saved Africa. Guerrilla principle started World War I. That dude didn't hang around. He started wars for fun.
We had an American choir that took it extraordinarily seriously, although there are some humorous moments, but because it was an American choir from Connecticut and they were very, very closely emotionally affected by the Sandy Hook shooting, it wasn't a laughing matter. So even though there are kind of this little bit of humour in it, they were very cold towards the humour, but they loved the piece and they got very emotional about it, especially during kind of the last couple of songs. But because they didn't laugh, that audience didn't laugh, because the choir and the audience have a very special relationship that we're still kind of trying to understand.
And we're all here.